What's up, guys? Carlton Flowers here, your crypto pro. Quick update on Litecoin. Pretty interesting chart, and I wanted to point out a couple things. We're going to break down the 4-hour and the 1-day chart. So what do we have here? Let's look at this. On the 4-hour chart, there's something very interesting that I'm looking at here. Here is the price history dating back to the all-time high at 411. And all of this nice side banding that has been going on ever since, while we're just hanging out well below the 200 EMA and well below the 50 EMA. And then as we jump over here towards the current price, we can see that we are below both averages and also below the point of control price of the visible range on the VPVR, vertical volume profile. And the VPVR, or rather the POC price, is 175, so we're trading at 134. But this is what's very interesting to me that caught my eye right off the bat. Let's just look at this stochastic on the 4-hour. Notice how we made it all the way up on this steep ascent, this big climb, all the way up to the overbought territory, ending with a crossover of the blue line and the orange, the fast line and the slow line. And if we made it all the way here to this peak and we only returned this much, this little blip of a price hike, so we just went from this low point to right here with all of this stochastic cycle, this steep, just straight, really bullish looking move up, and then this is all we got back was right there. So before I talk about that, let's look at the previous stochastic cycles. So this cycle, we had a little high here, the next one lower high, the next one lower high, the next double humped camel, we have a lower high. We did have a higher high here where people started to get excited, but it didn't take out this previous one. And then the downtrend continued, which confirmed that, yeah, this is not a breakout. This is just bearish momentum continuing. And then here we are at the low point, and then we had this nice little movement here where we get to the current price. Whenever you look at this stochastic completing a cycle, and we do all of this and then we get nothing but a dud, a blip up here, that's very bearish. So we're going to come off of this, and I'm suspecting that the price is going to take a hike. Looking at the MACD, which lags behind the stochastic indicator, we noticed that we were climbing up here with the oscillators after they took the deep dive into the negative. They're starting to climb up, nice momentum. But again, looking up at the price, we don't have much return on the action for the price. So we're printing some nice dark green bars on the histogram, but that's probably going to reverse as soon as this is leading the way. The stochastic crosses and reverses first. Now, of course, this could bump back up and do one of these numbers where it just stays up here for a while. But right now, we don't have any indication that that is going to be the case, that that'll happen. But we can see previously we have some circumstances where it tries to move back up, but then it wasn't accomplishing anything because instead of pushing the price higher, it was just trying to maintain. So we could flop around here, or we could just drop straight down with that stochastic. So that's a very not so impressive movement right there. And then if we clear this out, let's pull in some more price history into the visible range of the VPVR. Actually, we're going to have to just jump out to the 1-day because we don't have enough price history here on the 4-hour that can give us clues as to where we could be going. So now we have a lot more price history here, and we can see what the volume at the lower prices looks like compared to where we are now and where we were at the peak. There was not a lot up here at the peak. Here's our peak price, and there's the node around the peak price. We had a big node here, very popular price. There's another big one here, and then of course at the point of control, and then here's the big one down below. That is where the price currently is sitting at about 134. So we're at the point of control. If bearish momentum continues, then we will be headed down towards possibly this volume node that's sitting at about 100. So that's possible if we keep continuing to go down. Now on the MACD, this chunk is looking pretty bearish. So we came off of the big all-time high peak, and now the general direction is down. Downward momentum. And we did have a crossover that happened right here, and it looks like the fast line is trying to overtake the slow line and come back up. So we might be creeping up this way, but it could be doing one of these numbers, because overall we have no confirmation that we're changing from bearish movement to bullish movement. The stochastic says crossover, we're trying to come back up, but once again, is it going to go up back to overbought, or is it going to mess around, get weak, and then just flop right back down? You see that these past two stochastic peaks on the 1 day didn't even make it to the 80% line. It's been back since the all-time high that we even made it into overbought territory. So since then, the overbought zone right here has gotten no love. The oversold zone, we dipped in it once, we dipped in it twice, and it might be a 3 times a lady if it gets it down here once again. All right, well, that's all I've got to say about Litecoin in general. There's nothing to write home about. We have bearish momentum. That's it. And we're probably headed towards this volume node. We're looking at hitting 100 unless Bitcoin just rips and decides to change direction and pulls the whole market up. That's all we have to go by. So this is not a prediction. Don't ever take any of these as a prediction and make any decision based on what I'm telling you in the short flash updates. I'm just telling you what the chart is doing. It's not financial advice, and don't make trading decisions based on this, especially now while we're in this down market. We are definitely in a bearish trading channel, okay? And you can call it bear market, bull market. I don't care what you call it. Whatever you want to call it, it's downward action. So there's no sense in sitting around arguing about whether we're in a bull market or not. We're in a bearish trading channel, and it ain't going to end until we get confirmation of that break overall. All right. Well, that's all I've got. Post your comments below if you were excited about Litecoin and if you were holding, and we'll see you in the next update. I'm out.